Thanks Meter for sponsoring this video. Hot honey. I have been addicted to this. Sweet, spicy, and absolutely delicious. And that got me thinking. Since I love this so much and I eat it often on many different things, what will happen if I dry age steaks with it? Because I'll tell you one thing, after salt, honey is the most effective natural preservative, and I'm hoping that it's going to preserve my meat perfectly. And for that, I went ahead and grabbed a beautiful loin. This is a 4-bone prime rib roast, and it is perfect for today's experiment. So I went ahead and split the whole thing in half. One, I'm going to be dry aging like I normally do. There's nothing to do but set it down on a cooling rack. Next up, I went ahead and grabbed a tray with parchment paper. Then I laid down a very generous amount of hot honey, placed the meat right on top, and immediately started adding the hot honey. A generous amount. The key here was to ensure that every single edge of it was perfectly covered with it. It's one of the cases that I always say, the more, the better. And as it was falling down, I made sure to spread that honey all over. Because as you know, honey is quite sticky, and just by sticking a little bit, I'm not only hoping to get additional flavor, but also preserve this meat as much as possible. And once it was fully covered with it, the only thing left to do is to stick it in the dry ager and let it sit there for a very long time. Once the time was up, I took it out and take a look. Wow, I'm not quite sure what exactly did the honey do, because I thought it was going to be preserved, and that's clearly not the case. It almost looks like the honey started eating the beef, basically the complete opposite of what I was expecting. As you can clearly see, the fat has started to separate, and even though all of the honey drained down, some got stuck to the meat, and even if I try to scrape it off, that's not doing anything. I mean, I tried, but the outer skin has to go, so I clearly had to transfer to a different cutting board. And again, I tried to remove all of the honey, but that just wasn't enough. This outer skin cannot be saved. So I went ahead and started trimming the whole thing, taking all of the unnecessary pellicle out. I was looking for red pieces of meat, and check it out, it was there. In the end, after all of my trimming, this is what I was left with. The world's first beautiful hot honey dry aged steak. This got me super excited because I have a feeling it's going to turn out fantastic. At least, that's my hope. But don't forget that we still have the real dry aged one. That one I did the same exact thing, removing all of the unnecessary things. And in the end, I was also left with a nice steak. And if I put them side by side, check it out. 2 beautifully dry aged steaks ready to be cooked. The question is, which one will taste better? For the seasoning, I kept it real simple. A good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper. Once fully seasoned, they were now ready. Because as you know, we can't just eat steaks by itself. So I decided to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. And this one here, friends, is fantastic. I've made this before on the channel, and I got addicted to it. That's how good this is. This one is just a different variation on it. Check it out how I made it. These are all of the ingredients that I'll be using, and many of them are just leftovers. Starting off with birria meat. So I laid that down on the terracotta pan, followed by some kielbasa sausage, a generous amount of cream cheese, then I added some cheddar. I made sure to cover the whole thing. Once that was done, I added even more birria meat, followed by some chipotle peppers, and to finish it off, some jalapeno slices. I've also shown how to make pizza dough previously. I learned it from the master himself, Vito, and I gotta say, my pizza dough game is good. You can definitely check out the video later on how to make it, because now that this pizza dough is nicely stretched, first I cooked the dish without the dough for about 10 minutes. Once the cheese was nicely melted, I went ahead and added the dough right on top, then it goes right back into the oven. Now at least for me, I love to get some char. These blisters that are formed are flavorful. To finish it off, I added some clarified butter, and that is today's side dish. A nice cheesy dip that is going to be fantastic. I'm telling you friends, this is something I highly recommend. I have a feeling it's gonna go perfectly well with our steaks. Because remember, it took me a while to get here. These steaks went through a process that has never been done before, and hopefully they're going to taste fantastic. To cook them, first I'll be putting a nice wonderful sear. Once that's done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135. And for that, I'll be using my wireless thermometer. So now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to cook, so let's do it. But before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Meter. Are you tired of not nailing the doneness of your steak? You were craving a nice, juicy, medium rare steak, but instead you got distracted and got a well-done brick. Well, I say no more. Introducing the new Meter Pro XL. This is much more than your ordinary thermometer. Meter Pro XL is a smart cooking tool that will push your culinary limits to the next level. The new thin probe design allows you to use it even with smaller cuts of meat. Plus, it comes with all the features we came to love from Meter. Meter Pro XL also has extreme accuracy with 6 sensors, Wi-Fi connectivity for your whole home, a high heat limit up to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit that supports open flame grilling, and even deep frying, and an extremely easy to use app that alerts you when your food is ready. The Meter Pro XL allows you to cook and monitor 4 proteins at once, making it perfect for family barbecues. Guys, you don't have to be a master chef to get the perfect results every time. Using Meter's smart thermometers is something anyone can do. So if you're interested, check out Meter in the description down below. Thanks Meter for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it. All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steak with an incredible side dish. What do you guys think, gentlemen?
I think I'm tired of you putting all the big side dishes over there and the little side dishes.
That doesn't sound like you tired, my friend. That sounds like you jealous.
Yeah, no, it's like I see a pattern and I'm tired of the pattern.
Let me tell you, Angel, I'm real happy that this side dish is right here in front of me.
Why don't you go fly a kite, brother?
I'm a big man, I need a big side dish.
You're a little man, that's why you get the little side dish.
So first,
little.
let me apologize to a lot of Turkish friends that I call this Turkish pizza. Your food is amazing, Turkish friends, and I love it. I'm sorry, I love it. I just don't know how to call it. So here's the deal. We got an experiment going on, and we got another experiment going on over here because this is all the way Guga style. But first, I want you guys to give me your honest opinion on these steaks because it is an experiment. Let me know if it improves or not. Enough talking. We're gonna begin here. Go, dig in, gentlemen.
Guga, I must say, this smells really good.
All right, let's find out right now. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, you're dancing, bro.
Yeah,
oh
I was dancing to the funk.
Sometimes dry-aged steak doesn't hit right. Sometimes it hits weird, everybody. You know what I'm talking about. This one just hit perfectly.
Sometimes you like to do it a little too funky, Guga, but this one is right on the money, wonderfully beefy. I mean, this is a perfect steak.
Something to be said about if you dry-age the steak correctly, everybody, it will be better in every possible way. What do you think?
Juicy, tender. It's fire.
I just love the crust of a dry-aged steak. You can really taste that char a lot better, and it's so delicious.
You know why? Because it is better. So here's the deal. Before going to the next one, I want to jump into the side dish here. You know how this works. We did it. Grab yourself a piece in there. It's nice and cool. Ooh, do it again. Oh, that is our...
I'm a lot, quicker than you.
Let me tell you, Angel, quicker is not always better.
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. You should see. Play that back.
No.
Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh my God. That might be my best combination yet.
Gooey, running, melty cheese. Is that short rib? What is that?
Birria.
Better.
That filling that you put on the bread, oh my God. With a little bit of sausage, some jalapeno flavor. Bro, it's delicious.
The wonderful thing about the top part with the dough is that some part is nice and soft and some parts are nice and crunchy.
Yeah, my part was really crunchy, which I think adds like a beautiful crunchy texture to this wonderful gooey cheese. All the flavors come through beautifully.
Yo, can I get a little bit more?
Not yet. Here's the deal. Give me your honest opinion on this one over here, okay? Let it all out. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, let me know. Dig in. So what does it smell like? Does it smell any different to you guys?
Definitely smells very different. Smokier, sexier, I don't even know.
The smell smells sexy, everybody. I've heard a lot of things coming out of your mouth, but I never heard that. I like it. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Ooh, it doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck is an understatement. I think it's winning.
I thought it was gonna be spicy, but it isn't.
I don't have no spice flavor here.
It's weird because it's definitely more different than the control, but I can't really pinpoint the flavor.
I feel like the flavor might be too small of a change. If you don't eat the regular dry-aged steak first, you won't feel that difference. It feels very similar.
Now I understand where you're both coming from because the change is extremely subtle, everybody. By the way, I dry-aged the steak in hot honey.
This one right here?
Yes, on that one, exactly.
The fact that you dry-aged it in hot honey is really blowing my mind because it's not spicier, it's not sweeter, it's not saltier. It's weird to explain to the audience, but I do think it's better than the control.
I don't know where I stand now. You're making me absolutely doubt my own self, but I still think that the control is slightly better. The only
only thing that I don't like about it is that you waste the honey. Hot honey is delicious. Let me know in the comments down below if this is a crazy experiment you would make, because this is a success, surprisingly to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.